Can I have everybody stand for the pledge of allegiance, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I would ask the clerk to please call roll.
Cook.
Here.
Hopkins. Here. Odenental. Here. Patterson.
Here.
Richardson.
Here.
Aaron Scott. Here. Bill Scott. Here. Wonkel. Here. Wormowski. Williams.
Here.
Mayor Ezzard. Here. City Attorney Beard. You have a quorum.
Is there a reading of the minutes this evening?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion that we accept the minutes as circulated.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Alderman Hopkins, all those in favor of approving the minutes, please respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Presentation of petitions?
No petitions.
And any communications?
We have two communications. One is from Central Christian Church. They want to use the community park near the main gazebo and nearest the playground from 1 to 4 on August 11th, and they'll have music and games and food, and it's open to the public. And then they'd also like to reserve the square, which I've already talked to Terry Chumley, and he's already got them booked for the downtown square from 7 to 8:30 p.m. for Walk Out of Darkness. And it's the Suicide Prevention Coalition here in Morgan and Scott County. I think they did this last year.
Yeah.
The other one is a request from Scott County Health Department, and they want to do a Walk with a Doc. It's a program, once a month program where we walk somewhere in the community, and they've contacted Adam. By the way, they've already contacted Adam on the first one also. Everything's cleared with him. And they've contacted them for use of community park to walk there. They'll use from 8:30 to 9 o'clock at night, and they'll use glow sticks to walk with. So that's already passed through Adam, so won't be any problem there. They do have a certificate of liability insurance. And
What was
that's
the
already
title
on
of that
file.
again?
It's called Walk with Doc, DOC.
Okay.
It's a thing, so where they bring in a doctor, a chiropractor from their community as an opportunity for people to come in and meet with him. So is that any sort of a conflict? It's like it's not a,
Yeah, I guess I'm trying to
Scott
figure out what it
County.
was. Walk with a doctor,
Mhm.
basically?
That's what it
Right.
says.
a doctor from a different town.
I don't see any, this would be requesting permission to do it, then it's, this would be Jacksonville, or something like that too.
Okay.
Yep, that's it. No claims.
Any public comment at this time?
Public comment. All right. Ron? Got any public comment?
Sure.
This is your time.
It's my time already?
Huh?
Okay. I left some information. I think all of you have a piece of that information. I was at Davis Meyer's office this morning, and I got that one sheet of paper that talks about, who's co-signing on this bill. Davis Meyer he knows some of these people, he's worked with a few of them, and I understand that he will try to contact them. So this is a chance to get something done, to take both sides of the aisle. Plus it has to get out of the Senate and get to the House to become a bill. So that's what they're pushing for. So I'm getting signatures from all over the place again. I've been to two churches today, a Presbyterian church and Lincoln Avenue Baptist Church. And I suggested instead of them having each person fill out all that, to have a big sheet where any person who wants to sign their name, they can, and get all the names with their address and phone number, and then send it in to them. So that would probably be a couple of hundred if they all cooperate from one church. So today we went around, or my wife went around today, to all of our neighbors and put out the same thing that you have in front of you, not with the sheet about the co-signers or anything like that on the bill, but that group of 3 pages that you have there. The other thing is, the only other thing I'd like, I put some requests in. I'm supposed to get that, I think, maybe Wednesday. When they couldn't find the letter that was sent to Spradlin a couple, 2-3 years ago or something about the fire hydrants not working.
Yes, that freedom of information request.
Yes.
We're still working on
Okay.
that. Skip and I talked about it briefly.
Okay, so I got some results, but the results I got were a couple of pages of fire hydrants everywhere but at our place. I asked for them for Prairie Knolls. Then the last page was Prairie Knolls. It was all, it showed the pressures of a few, and we only have a few streets on there because that was 1997, and the houses weren't put in until 1998, but the plumbing was done then. So that really doesn't do me any good. So I put another request in. I would like, because I know you have to keep records at least 10 years, so from 2008 to July of 2018, what, if any, tests or flushings or repairs were done at Prairie Knolls, if any? And that I put in Freedom of Information also.
Keep in mind that under the Freedom of Information Act, we respond with any documents we have.
Mhm.
We don't create the documents
Right.
in response to that. If we have documents, then we turn them over to you.
Right.
And we'll take it. You just submitted that last week, Ron?
Yes. The last one, yes.
Okay, cool.
18th, I think it was.
Okay, it's probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be like Wednesday or Thursday, Friday. All right, so that's really, also, Gary wanted to thank all you folks. He couldn't make it tonight, Gary Barrow, who's usually with me. And he wanted to thank you, folks, for what you've, so far have helped us with, or tried to help us with anyway. But this here thing that's coming up with Carlton, I think that it won't help us because it's going to be way too late for us, but it'll help future people in this town. And I'd sure like to see something like that happen. I'm hoping that whether your politics don't come into this, because there's too many seniors that are really going to be hurt over this whole thing already, and I hate to see future seniors in the same predicament. So that's all really I have to say. So I just hope everybody kind of, does their little thing with this and reach out and kind of help us a little bit. Thank you. I appreciate everything.
Thank you, Ron. We'll jump back into workshop, and we'll discuss item number 2 under utility. Alderman Wankel.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Number 2, discuss change order number 11 for the new water treatment plant project. Jamie?
Thank you. Contract change order number 11 to the water treatment plant project. I want to go through some of the details and let anybody ask any questions if you want to have any more detail about that. Bid item number 1, 2 items there, landscape revisions and a fire hose replacement. The landscape revisions are a bit of a misnomer. Most of it is rock, drainage tile, things like that, not necessarily just landscape changes for that for that dollar amount. Bid item number 2 is down at the old water plant site. The Lime Lagoon splitter box, after the final grading was done, they decided they wanted to raise that and put a lid on it, make it more traffic safe instead of having an open top there. So that was that item. Change out of the water sales and CO2 building heaters to smaller units. I think Jack has the original units that were going to go in and might be able to reuse those for another building. Sheet piling out at the new intake structure. When they were doing the sheet piling installation, ran into some old concrete foundations at the intake location. So I had to redesign that and add some to go around the corner a little bit further there. So somewhat of a large item on the sheet piling revision. Air release valves at the pumps, modifications to the piping for those for better operation. And then bid item number 10, adding window operators to some of the windows and the doors there. And then additional chemical feed pump would be on the lime silos. There's 2 chemical feed pumps that are fairly expensive there. We want to go ahead and get one for a spare as a backup on that. So that's item W. And then some HVAC changes in the existing buildings. So the total addition to the contract, $88,323.21, and that was included in the overall closeout budget that we've discussed. Any questions? Okay,
Good, Jamie.
thank you.
Great, thank you, Jamie. Okay, we'll jump back to consent agenda items. IT and personnel, Alderman Cook.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. 2 items tonight. The first is the city treasurer's report for June 30th, 2018, which is the aldermen have received a copy of. The second item is the resolution approving agreement with the Karma Group, LLC, for information technology consulting, network administration, and technical support for local and wide area networks. The term is July 1st, 2018 to July 30th, 2021.
Thank you. And utility, Alderman Wankel.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. 4 items tonight. Number 1, resolution authorizing payments from Waterworks and Sewerage Project Fund for services rendered improvement projects. Number 2, resolution approving quote for the purchase of 2 trucks. Number 3, resolution approving change order number 11 for the new water treatment plant project. Number 4, resolution approving agreement for biosolids management program at the wastewater treatment plant and lime residuals management program at the water treatment plant. And I so move.
Great. Is there a second on the consent agenda? Alderman Williams? You've heard the items under the consent agenda tonight. Is there any you wish to pull for further discussion? Seeing none, I would ask the clerk to please call roll.
Hopkins?
Yes.
O'Donnell? Patterson? Richardson?
Yes.
Aaron Scott? Bill Scott? Wankel?
Yes.
Wormowski? Williams?
Yes.
Cook?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, committee reports tonight. Utility, Alderman Wankel.
Mr. Mayor, only 1 item tonight, second reading of an ordinance providing for the regulation of an application for small cell wireless facilities.
Is that a motion? Second, Alderman Williams.
Be it ordained that the city council is hereby adopt the ordinance regulating the installation and application for small wireless facilities.
Discussion?
Mr. Mayor, if I could just say, I hope if at some point in the future that a company approaches us to reduce the fee in order to enable more competition in town, I hope we would entertain that, but I'm fine with the ordinance the way it is now.
Good. Any other discussion? I would ask the clerk to please call roll.
O'Donnell? Patterson? Richardson?
Yes.
Aaron Scott?
Yes.
Bill Scott?
Yes.
Wankel?
Yes.
Wormowski? Williams?
Yes.
Cook?
Yes.
And Hopkins.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Any old business tonight? Alderman Wormowski?
I'd like to make a motion to untable the discussion on the used truck for the Parks and Lakes Department.
That'd be a motion to remove it
From the table, is there a second? Alderman Aaron Scott? And then we'll have a roll call to remove it off the table. And I would ask the clerk to please call roll.
Cook?
No.
Hopkins?
No.
O'Donnell?
No.
Patterson?
No.
Richardson?
No.
Aaron Scott?
Yes.
Bill Scott,
No.
Wankel,
No.
Wormowski,
Yes.
Williams.
No.
Motion failed.
Under old business, I'm just letting the council know I'm gonna call Kelly Hall first thing tomorrow morning. I'm gonna request that it be put on the agenda again 2 weeks from now for us again to communicate that. I don't think it's fair to do it, to have the vote when Kelly Hall is not here. So that's why I voted not to untable that tonight, even though I support us taking it off the table. I'm just letting everybody know, a couple weeks, we are gonna bring it back up,
Because we'll need to remove it from the table, same motion.
right?
I was going to untable and then refer to committee. Oh, well, it's
That's
done.
fine, you can do that too, whatever.
Are we gonna do bids on this?
I'm sorry,
Are you gonna ask for bids?
he already did. He already went out for bids and
We're not the proposals.
proposals, and what Racer brought us was the best.
We did not get a chance to see the other ones then.
No, we did, but we said that for the age of the vehicle and how many miles, we said, wouldn't it be a better deal to get a new truck that had no miles on a warranty versus having to pay the maintenance costs and other costs? That's the thing that we haven't figured out. And it
That's
seemed
correct.
pretty obvious. It was like $100,000 or 100,000 miles or something like that.
So
Seemed like
do we
it was
have
a
that
better deal.
information?
I guess we'll have to be provided for the
Yeah,
committee.
we'll have Kelly bring it to the next meeting.
Yeah, Steve?
If I could bring up something under new business, it was something that we discussed a couple months ago. I don't know if it was in regular meeting or in the workshop session, but the existing city code has a restriction for trick-or-treating, that you can only trick-or-treat within 5 blocks of your house. And we thought it was going to be difficult for the police department to enforce. And then also, if you look at it, it's pretty much, if you read it, it's against the resolution we passed last year affirming the city of Jacksonville's strong support of civil rights and opposition to racism and discrimination of all kinds. So I wrote up an ordinance. I'll email it to Dan, and hopefully we can bring it up for a vote for next city council meeting.
If I could add, probably should have done this in a workshop, but we are just about to the point in our unit code revisions to start distributing those to you for discussion, for review and discussion. We've had communications back and forth with the code company. I need to draft one final letter to them with a few changes. And then need some feedback from you, how you want to proceed from here. Obviously, you know how thick the code is, and it's still going to be pretty thick. We'll have it available online for you as soon as these final revisions are implemented. We can go through parts of the code in committee sessions. We can simply discuss it at a meeting of the whole at some point. You can get back to Skip and I with any questions you have as you review it. But we're not necessarily dictating any one way of proceeding. We're open to suggestions from you as to how you want to handle it.
Now, I bring this up now because it'd be a change to the code, not just like cleaning up language or something, so.
That's completely separate from your proposal, see, because it'll be a while before we get the final unit code revisions ready for adoption. This, we can go ahead and I can have it ready for next week. So think about it, let us know what your thoughts are, how you want to, what process you want prior to voting to adopt the new unit code.
Any other new business? Alderman Richardson?
I believe it's Alderman Wormowski's birthday today, so happy birthday. Spend the night with council.
There's no place I'd rather be.
Great. All right.
I'd like to make a
Yes,
motion that
Alderman Williams.
we adjourn.
Is there a second? Alderman Richardson, we are adjourned.